What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Jay, and welcome to another episode of Prime and Unwind. Have you ever set aside a day to catch up on the latest movies or shows but didn't know where to begin? Life may have been busy lately with all the holiday celebrations and you seem to have fallen behind on all the good content to watch. Well, don't worry, my friends. I've got you covered. Prime and Unwind is where I go through the billions of Prime Video streaming options to track down the most epic, unique, and binge-worthy series and movies. You have refined taste in content, and I have a lot of time in my hands, so let me do the work for you. It's the new year, and if you're anything like me, you may be thinking of things you can achieve this year that you weren't able to do in previous years. For me, that means making good goals for the upcoming year. Looking at the resolutions I want to make and trying to find ways to actually stick with them beyond the first few weeks of January. So in the spirit of that, I wanted to offer some suggestions of movies and shows that could give us a little boost of inspiration. Available to stream now on Prime Video. Flying into my third spot on this list is a story inspired by true events about keeping the faith against all odds. Available to Prime and Unwind 2 now, here's On a Wing and a Prayer.
Miami Center. Is anyone there?
Say your tail number and intention.
What's my tail number? Where is it? Where's my tail number?
There should be a small placard on cockpit starting with the letter N.
N559 DW.
559er Delta Whiskey, Miami Center. Here's you loud and clear. Are you the pilot?
Mayday. I've got an emergency up here. I've got a unconscious pilot.
Did you say unconscious?
On a Wing and a Prayer follows Doug White, played by Dennis Quaid, who is bravely facing an impossible situation. While traveling home with his family on a private plane, Doug and his wife Terry, played by Heather Graham, must take control after the pilot becomes unconscious mid-air. In the face of danger in a scary situation, we witness Doug's journey to safely land the plane and save himself and his family.
I understand this can be stressful, but we're here for you. We see everything in your path much further than you can imagine. All you gotta do is just keep on flying the plane perfectly like you're doing right now. We're gonna get you through this.
Maggie, what
okay?
did he say? Can you hear them?
Well, you're all we've got, so Roger. Niner Delta Whiskey.
Doug, I'm looking for the emergency procedures.
No doubt we're gonna need them.
On a Wing and a Prayer is a story about faith and survival. Doug starts losing faith when he feels like he is consistently met with difficult situations.
My brother's gone. Before that, my dad, my uncle. Those guys were my heroes. 3 heart attacks. I mean, they didn't deserve that. There's good people trying to live their life the right way, do the right thing. They didn't deserve that.
I could not imagine being in this situation myself. However, I admire his spirit to do whatever he must do for the safety of his family. For those of you who have a fear of flying, what do you think you would do? Well, thankfully, most of us would never be forced to land a plane, so count your blessings and stream On a Wing and a Prayer, now available on Prime Video. Coming in as my number 2 spot is another movie based on a true story. This time about how one marketing team's vision looked beyond their unsuccessful basketball division to land them the deal of a lifetime. Available to stream now on Prime Video, here's Air.
Who is it? Hello, Mrs. Jordan. My name's Sonny Vaccaro. I'm with Nike.
I believe Mr. Falk made it clear that we weren't interested.
Yes, I was told not to call.
Do you typically make it a habit of showing up at people's front doors unannounced?
Well, maybe the worst of all my faults, and believe me, there are many, but I don't like to take no for an answer. And I actually think your son should be endorsed by someone with that exact mindset.
Come on back, take a seat.
Thank you.
Oscar winner Ben Affleck directs and stars in the inspirational Air, based on the game-changing partnership between a then-undiscovered Michael Jordan and Nike's fledgling basketball division. This movie explores the career-defining gamble of an unconventional team who sets their sights on one player whose name they knew could change the face and brand of their company forever. Seeking permission from Michael's mother, who knows the worth of her son's immense talent, They struggle to keep the dream alive and eventually manage to strike a deal with the basketball phenom who will become the greatest of all time.
Sonny, did you go to Michael Jordan's house and sit down with his mother and schedule a meeting with his family and this company for Monday?
We need a firm offer.
You don't have authorization to make any offer.
I understand from his representation that he'll be expecting the entire amount, $250 a year, 5 years guaranteed.
We can't afford that offer. Do you understand how irresponsible that is?
That's not. Converse is going to come in at 100. You know the Germans will easily match 250.
Sonny, I'm the boss. I'm the CEO of this company, okay? I'm the CEO guy. You do what I tell you to do. You work
If
for
you
me.
want to mean something in the basketball world, you got to spend. Nothing in life is free, Phil.
Tell that to the college kids you keep giving our shoes away to for free.
That's working. That's a good idea.
Is it? How do you know it's working? It's theoretical value. It can't be measured. It's a typical Sonny value.
And what was my first idea? A high school all-star game. Now every single company has their own branded high school all-star game. I'm giving away these ideas, Phil, free.
That's the problem, is you see them as your ideas. It's about you and yourself and your ego. There is no self. There's just the non-self.
The non-self.
That's right.
Does the Dalai Lama have a grape-colored Porsche, Phil?
Are you asshole, Sonny? Are you trying to be an
Look, all I can do is give you my recommendation. This is the strongest one I've ever had.
Not only is Air inspirational, but I actually learned some things I did not know about this true story, and the cast is remarkable. Ben Affleck plays Nike's basketball division head, Phil Knight. Phil isn't on board at first with the Michael Jordan shoe deal, but eventually buys into the plan.
Excuse me. Hi.
Hey.
Sorry I'm late. Mark.
Phil, I was just explaining to Michael that we're going to...
I'm just explaining for a second that I'm the CEO of this company and it's worth nearly $1 billion now. And I'm so extremely busy, it's almost impossible to imagine. But this meeting was so important. I told my secretary I wasn't going to miss this no matter what.
Matt Damon stars as Sonny, who is the driving force to get this career-changing deal off the ground.
A shoe is just a shoe. Until somebody steps into it. Then it has meaning. The rest of us just want a chance to touch that greatness. And we need you in these shoes, not so you have meaning in your life, but so that we have meaning in ours.
Viola Davis and real-life husband Julius Tenen stars as Michael parents Dolores and James Jordan. They know the worth of their son and want to make sure everything in this deal is done right. Air's all-star cast also includes Jason Bateman, Chris Messina, and Chris Tucker. I know you will have a good time watching the events unfold in Air, now streaming as you prime and unwind. Soaring its way into my #1 spot is another incredible story based on true events about one man's dream to visit the stars, even when no one else thought he would. Available to stream now on Prime Video, here's A Million Miles Away.
So, what's your big goal, dream, whatever?
Well, I want to be an astronaut.
Oh my God. You're serious? Okay. You mean like...
Yeah, no, it's stupid, I know, yeah.
No. No. I didn't expect you to say that. That's all. Okay? It's not stupid at all. Wow, that's actually amazing.
Michael Pena stars in A Million Miles Away, the incredible true story of real-life immigrant and NASA flight engineer Jose Hernandez. Jose has had one goal since he was a young boy, which is to travel into space. This story starts off following Jose and his devoted family who immigrated from Mexico to America as farm workers. With the unwavering support of his hardworking parents, relatives, and teachers, Jose's drive and determination culminate in achieving his seemingly impossible goal. This is a remarkable journey of perseverance, community, and sacrifice to accomplish an impossible dream.
Hernandez. Yes, sir.
Mr. Hernandez, I don't believe we've met. I'm Flight Crew Program Director Anderson. You're here today because, against our expectations, NASA has cleared a new shuttle launch, and we want to get things moving before Washington changes their mind. We understand that the Columbia crew are your friends. So we need to know, would you be up for the task?
Hernandez, we need to hear out loud.
I'm sorry,
You're being assigned Mission Specialist number 2. You'll be right up front, between me and the pilot. That okay with you?
I waited for almost 30 years, so.
Jose is the definition of the phrase, if at first you don't succeed, try and try again. His determination throughout the years helped him achieve his goals, even when others told him no. I'd like to be like Jose when I grow up. This movie takes you on a journey in many different ways. We witness his decades-long story from a rural village in Mexico to the fields of San Joaquin Valley in California. But it doesn't stop there. We eventually follow Jose as he travels more than 200 miles above the Earth to the International Space Station. How did he manage to do this? Jose kept applying to the space program for over a decade, and every time he was rejected, he would return the following year a stronger candidate. As far as goals go, Jose's may have seemed impossible to reach, but he knew what he was meant to do. I felt so inspired by the time I was at the finish line of the story, and I know you will too. Be sure to Prime and Unwind to A Million Miles Away, now streaming on Prime Video. There you have it, my top 3 picks of movies and series about achieving the impossible. And the great thing is, all of them are available to stream now with your Prime Video subscription. What did you guys think of the titles on this month's list? Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment below to let me know if you enjoy my picks or not. And what kind of series and movies do you want me to recommend in my next video? Now you don't have to spend any time trying to find your next movie or binge. You could just sit back, prime, and unwind.